November the 23rd, featuring not one but two Texas death matches. A Texas death match with no hose barred, no countouts, no disqualification, no stopping the match for cuts or any other reason. We will have indeed a positive, decisive victor. Either it will be Pedro Morales or the magnificent Morocco in the Intercontinental title match. And of course, in the main event, the return encounter for the World Wrestling Federation Championship, Bob Backlund meeting the #1 contender, the man who indeed had his hand raised in a token of victory in Madison Square Garden just last Monday night, Greg Valentine. Here now with us to discuss the events of last Monday night in Madison Square Garden, Bob Backlund.
Vince, you know, I've had a lot of things happen to me in professional wrestling in the past 3.5 years. A lot of things. People tearing my clothes, people spitting on me, people doing a lot of things, trying to hurt me. But I've never had anything stolen from me like Greg Valentine did in Madison Square Garden. You know, there was a lot of confusion, and I want to prove to everybody in professional wrestling that I did defeat Greg Valentine in Madison Square Garden in the middle of that ring. By God, Vince, I worked hard for that match. I trained hard. I did everything. I gave 100%. And the people were right behind me. How could that happen, Vince?
It happened. Indeed, it was a most unusual occurrence. We will show you some of the videotape that we've been privileged to have later on in the program. But indeed, it did happen. The referee, who was knocked down by your foot, if you'll recall, Greg Valentine spinning you in the airplane spin, you knocked down the referee, I assume, and everyone else, I assume, would say it was inadvertently. But from there, the referee was groggy. Bob Backlund then, attempting to pin Greg Valentine, the referee, who saw very little because of his dazed state, saw that both Valentine and Bob Backlund were wearing the same colored tights. Most difficult to tell them apart. There was a pin, but who pinned whom? The referee saw it.
That's what I want to do is prove to those people out there.